Hello and welcome to the Tuesday. My name is Ultra David.
And I'm James Chen. How's everybody going?
Going great. So let's talk about these things up here in the air.
Sure.
We're going to be talking about Japan Cup, Summer Jam, VSFighting, all those tournaments.
Yes.
We're going to be talking about esports in the Olympics. We'll see what we think about that.
Yes.
Various other news. Some probably like politics and, I don't know. There's not a lot of game stuff to talk about this week. So
things are a little slow this week.
It's a little slow. However, this past weekend, was a good weekend.
Oh, yeah. There was a lot of events.
There were good events this past weekend.
Yes,
absolutely.
I agree. So, and I actually watched a lot of it.
Yeah?
Too.
Okay.
To the point where, normally, if I haven't gotten a chance to watch it live, I'm like, I'll try to catch it later, and then that never happens, but I actually managed to go back and watch a lot of things, in archives and stuff.
Nice.
So,
I did the same.
I
did the same.
But, I know you do that a lot, though, right?
I do that a lot.
You do that commonly, and I do not, and I need to fix that. I need to watch
Well, good job. Sounds like you're doing that. Yeah, from our perspective, all of these happened in different time zones. There was in Europe and in East Asia and on the East Coast of the U.S. Mm-hmm. So to watch those live were not the easiest, but
the craziest part
not that tough. And I looked at it afterward.
Japan Cup Top 8 was the one that I saw live.
What time was that? It was 8 in the morning or something.
It was all the way down to about 6 in the morning, and then I went to sleep at 7. So yeah. It's kind of on par with my shitty sleep schedule right now. So,
but I did watch a bunch of the team tournament that they had.
Oh, you did? Okay,
that was on for us.
Yeah.
It was 10 p.m. or something.
Okay,
it was pretty reasonable. So.
I actually didn't watch a lot of the team tournament stuff, so I just know that the Abigail team got bodied by Esta.
I basically watched until that happened, and then I was like, I'm going to sleep. Yeah, Esta bodied him for sure. There
was also the Super Turbo tournament this weekend. I need to find the results for that. There was the what is it called? It was the VSX or something. Oh gosh, shoot, I forgot. But
Esta plays Guile.
Yes.
He was a very strong cross Tekken player. And I guess is playing 5 like that now. I didn't know, but okay.
And he took out the entire Abigail team by himself.
He bodied them. Yeah. They did not. Look, Abigail's going to develop, but Guile maybe beats him. We'll see.
Yeah, for sure. Okay,
I'm not sure about for sure.
Okay. Oh yeah, you don't think so?
Maybe. That's the best I'm willing to give it for now. But let's talk about Japan Cup.
Sure. Just not to linger on Abigail a little bit, but when I talked to Vi, I was like, so what do you think of Abigail? Because Vi has been playing a lot of Abigail, and he's like, it's terrible. He's like, he's basically a terrible character with a crazy one chance, one comeback mechanic, basically.
I literally don't understand. I don't. And everybody who I've played so far, there have been 4 people so far who have seen me talking about Abigail on Twitter, and they're like, let me see. And I played with them, and they're like, yeah, all right. That's true. Probably a couple are in the chat. I'm no top player. So it is bizarre to me that actual top players can't make him work. I don't know. It's going to be another one of these con things where I think he's good and everybody thinks he sucks for 8 years.
Right, yeah, exactly.
Whatever. All right, let's talk about Japan Cup.
Japan Cup. So, the cool thing about Japan Cup, once again, shout-outs to Momochi and Chocoblanca for a great job running this tournament. In fact, they did so, and they couldn't enter because they were organizers, just like GamerB couldn't enter the Taiwan Cups and stuff like that. But the thing about it is he needs points. And to him to be able to volunteer to be the one to organize this in lieu of him getting any points is a big sacrifice on his part. And I heard the tournament was run really well. Yeah. They said it was run on time. People said the stream was really good and everything. And this is all on the heels of last year where the Japan Cup was at TGS. And if you guys don't remember, they streamed one pool. And so, everything else happened off stream. We didn't get to see majority of the players. There was 9 U.S. players there, and one of them got on stream, and barely. And
we saw old Gooey on that pool.
Yeah, that's right.
Not many other people.
And everybody was really mad, I remember, and even the players who were there said it was horribly run and everything. So on the heels of all that, Japan Cup was a success, thanks largely to Momochi and Chocoblanca. So
I think that's really awesome. I read about and saw pictures of ready to like open setups where there's just like in those little mechanical, trap or whatever. You just open up, you flip it open, and there's the monitor with the setup and stuff that people were playing on, and they had descriptions on them. Some of them were like tournament play. Some of these were like casual play, but like first to two, and some of them were like casual play, but not like for new players.
For
new players.
Really?
So they had like all these descriptions on them. I think that's super cool. And for at least the 5v5, because I didn't watch much of the rest of the thing, only the top 8 and only later. There was a stage setup that could be streamed, but then they could also get stream footage from non-stage setups. One of the 5v5 teams had Guilty's team playing, and she tweeted, "Hey, we're up, but we're not on stream. We're playing," and she's going to give it like play-by-play. And I was like, "You guys are on stream." They didn't think that they were on stream.
Oh, really?
So they had the ability to switch back and forth between setups. Apparently run very well in person, and the stream runs very well.
Even a lot of the side matches, like Sako and a bunch of other guys were streaming from their phone through IRL TV and stuff like that. So I know a bunch of matches, even Sako got on stream and everything like that. So
very cool.
It was really, really cool.
Awesome to see that kind of stepping up. Because obviously Japan has had great players forever, but they haven't had that great stream quality very often. It's been relatively rare and relatively recently.
And Deathstrike has it right too, especially thanks to cameraman. Of course, he was out there making sure that he got a lot of things going and doing things right over there. So he was doing a lot of the production work there, and he always does a great job with that. So they
had Majin Obama, and they had Giuna commentating, which I thought was hilarious.
Yeah, they had them commentating
Capcom
with Z. Yeah,
that makes sense to me because he's been a Capcom forever. But you don't have to go back that far in Giuna's tweet history to see. He was not the biggest Capcom head for a while. I just think it's hilarious.
Yeah, and the fact that I think who was it? Was it you or somebody else tweeted that like between the three of them, like Majin Obama, who was like the Guilty Gear head, was like the expert. On Street Fighter.
Dirty little secret of: do any Street Fighter V commentators actually play the game?
I know.
Right? Like four.
Trying to figure out which ones actually
do. Fact.
Exactly.
I do.
Exactly.
I know you've been playing.
Oh, it was Sejam who tweeted that. Yeah, it was Sejam who tweeted that.
Sejam plays. Some of them don't. True story. So, all right, anyway, Japan Cup, what happened?
All right, so let's just do top 16 then, okay, because there's a lot of good players here. So 13th place, so 4 players tied for 13th place. SPZ Sandbag with Akuma, Graft MOV with Chun-Li, Kindebu with Abigail, and Nauman with Ken. 4 players tied for 9th place. G Fuel Verloren with Cammy, Zowie Oil King with Rashid, Gachakun with Rashid, Razor Infiltration with Jury, and who apparently had won like a local tournament in Japan like earlier that week using only Jury. So interesting. 7th place was AW Nemo with Urian, and Chris T from the United States with Ken. 5th place R Kappa's Punko with Colleen, and Aqua with Ibuki. 4th place, Kwamba Doyu Shaohai with Cammy. 3rd place, Kichipa Mu with Zangief.
That's right.
Definitely he was the MVP of the tournament.
That guy's super good.
Dude, and what the cool thing about it is, just sorry to interrupt the results here, but he has that FGC personality. He is like all popping off all over the place, and he is just like going crazy and everything. I really like it though. I really like that energy. Great. And even someone like Kim1234, he has often complained about one of his number one complaints, in fact, was that a lot of the Japanese players didn't have the personality of the U.S. players and everything like that. And I feel like that's changing. I feel like that's changing a lot, and I feel like a lot of them are kind of embracing that kind of pop-off nature of the FGC, and I like it.
I think it's great.
I like it. I hope they
we always heard tales of folks in the Japanese arcades popping off and joking around, and that I've heard tales going back 20 years on that stuff, but it just didn't seem like that was happening on streams, on stages. Like we didn't get to see that side of him. But I'm glad that there are people I'm glad that we're seeing more personality.
Was it Z or somebody else tweeted like they should ban the phrase "I will do my best" or "I will try my best" from Japanese players from interviews, and then like force them to say something else.
That's funny.
Second place, Graft Fudo with Armika, ever the second place. Well, he's kind of tied with somebody else for the second place curse right now.
That's true.
And first place, Graft Haitani with Nakali. Newly married Haitani with Graf Nakali. With Nakali. And not only that, too, but remember Japan Cup, they didn't have any prize money for this tournament. This was all just points and pride and a giant trophy. What they really should do is just, award them a bunch of, cool toys that there's a store next door that they could magically sell all those things, but.
If only.
But yeah, Haitani took it. First place, Nakali.
Hey, he's been a fantastic player this whole time, as we have said. And this year, he's had a couple of majors under his belt. So I think that's super cool.
And one of the coolest things about this, too, is that Haitani and Fudo, without question, we've all been saying, have been Mr. Consistencies. Those are the two guys who have easily been the most consistent by far. So to see them first and second place here, no shock at all.
Right.
So.
And impressive. But I really am impressed by Kichipamu Zengi. He I don't know his extended backstory, but the first time I saw him was on a stream, maybe late last year or so. And he was already popping off, and he was already really good. And then before Evo, some folks were talking about him as maybe doing super well, and it didn't quite happen. But
Evo was one of the hardest ones to be. Because there's just the volume, the sheer volume, and also the mental stamina, and the physical stamina really, really affects you when you're playing there. So
for sure,
yeah.
But he is a super good player, and although he lost 3-1 to Fudo, the game where Fudo went up 2-1, that was down to the very, very end. It definitely could have been 2-1 Kichipamu, and then who knows what happens after that.
He was
really, really good.
And also that, but Fudo has all this practice against Itabashi, right?
Yeah.
So that's kind of already a problem for Kichipa, right?
But he has really sick footsies and reads. He's just a really good player.
What he did to Chris T on the EX uppercut punishment was he neutral jump, headbutt, stand light kick, dash up, jump air SPD. Oh,
yep.
That one was Chris was just man, was that book that obvious? Did you just read, did you predict the ending that clearly?
When you get read like that, you can't even be mad about it. You just gotta say, thumbs up, alright. Move on a little bit. Very cool to see Punko do well with Colleen up there. I think that's awesome. And then, Chris T, traveling internationally.
On his own. He just did it, and he has leveled up a lot.
Absolutely.
And he has basically said now, he's just man, if you want to be good at this game, you got to come to Japan and just play in this hyperbolic time chamber, because he's just saying, you just can't get practice like this anywhere else.
And he has been there for a little while. He was practicing up a lot the week leading up to Japan Cup, talking about on Twitter how he had done. We saw streams of him playing against people, and very, very cool to see that. He's not with Denial anymore. And for a little while now, so he's looking for sponsorship.
Yeah, and not only that, too, but just watching his play looked better.
Agreed.
As strong as he's already been, but I felt like there was a lot more patience in his play all of a sudden, and just less shenanigansy, you know what I mean?
Sure.
It felt a little more solid, and he's definitely, he's staying with Momochi. So,
right.
So I'm sure he's getting a lot of Ken practice.
They streamed themselves playing.
Oh, did they? Oh,
I watched a bit of it. It was very cool.
Okay, cool.
Momochi was doing ridiculous things, just crazy hit confirms and stuff.
But there was only 2 U.S. players there, right? It was just Chris and Guilty, and that's it. And so shout outs to Chris for getting that far.
Absolutely.
Top 8 in a stacked Japanese tournament, dude.
Amazing.
That's really impressive. I'm really happy for him. I'm really happy for him. So, yeah.
Definitely agree with that. I'm happy to see Infiltration up there in 9th place.
With Jury.
With the character that he likes, I guess. I mean, hopefully. I want him to have fun with the game. If he's not having fun, then do something else. But if he's having fun, then that's great.
Yeah, he's definitely talked a lot about just having character crisis
right.
and stuff, because he's been jumping back and forth. We've seen him with a little bit of Ed, we've seen him with Karen at one point in time, we've seen him just jumping around. I have not seen a player with this, like a top player like this, with this much character crisis in a long time.
I do think that there's something to be said for in modern times, right? If you don't like, or for whatever reason can't get on board with any of the like strong characters in the game, then to be a fun character specialist who uses like a lower tier but like do well enough to get 9th place, there's a place for that in terms of esports, right? Like you're giving up, I guess not money at Japan Cup, right? Because it's not, you didn't get money for it, but at other events you give up money, right? Like if you could win the whole event, obviously preferable, but to get 9th place or whatever with like a fun character, it brings eyeballs in. Yeah, and that matters for esports. So I mean, I feel like
for Sien in season 1.
Honestly, I think that's a great example of it.
Right. Yeah.
I wish that he had played a good character the whole time instead. Right. But if you're not doing that, then to have a Fang or a Jury or whatever and do well and keep in the public eye, I think is pretty valuable.
Yeah, for sure.
And then shout-outs to Kindevu Abigail, 13th place.
Yeah, highest placing Abigail.
At this tournament.
Yes, at this tournament.
We will move on to see how that went with other tournaments.
That's right. Okay. But yeah, no, I'm really happy that the tournament ran well. I'm really happy that, good job to Momochi and Chocoblanca. And it's just, it comes down to stuff that I've said before. I mean, I know Momochi is far from being any state of not being able to play or whatever that. But, one of the things that I always want about the FGC is that, to have it be self-sustaining and the people who are in it, they're the ones who are going to care the most. Right, so if Momochi and Chocoblanca are put into the point where they have to run this tournament, they're going to try to make sure they do a damn good job, right? And so that's why it's always important to grab people from within the community who really care, and they will do a good job. So,
but just because you care about it and you're in the FGC doesn't mean that you necessarily do a great job. It's still hard to run a big tournament like that.
Yeah.
So they got the passion, but they have the, I guess, organizing skill and knowledge and stuff to do it as well.
Maybe connections and everything like that.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure it wasn't just their own.
Maybe some
two
of that
people.
Echo Fox helped us get.
Maybe,
I don't know. I don't even know if it was.
I have no idea.
Exactly. So, but great job once again. Awesome tournament there. Anything about the 5v5 that you want to talk about in particular?
Oh, like I said, I stopped watching after Guile versus Abigail happened. I did see Nemo basically make a complete comeback against Guilty's team, which was like Haitani and a couple other people. She had a good team.
Imagine Fudo, MOV was all on there, the Graft team, right?
Right.
But I mean, one of the things that Chris has said from being out there, after he played the set with Nemo, he was just like, God, this character is so good. He was just like, you can get hit by Aegis in so many ways that you didn't even... Like, dude, there was this one match where he was fighting against... Was it Moke or was it a Rashid player? Was it either Moke or Takauchi? And, like, Moke jumped over him to get out of the corner, and when he turned around, he threw the close mirror. He got hit by the cross-up and then landed on the mirror. And then he got the juggle and killed him afterwards. I mean, there's just like so many silly things you can do with that mirror, because I think once you activate it, it's out. Yeah. So like you can't stop him anymore, right? No. So that's, dude, there's just like so many ways. And that's the one reason why I've never put Urien out of my top 5 is because I just know the Aegis is so much more broken than people realize.
Did you see, I don't know if you saw the clip that was gifted on Twitter, of a Dawson player throwing EX Fire, and then Urien threw out Aegis, and the Aegis actually went forward enough and hit Dawson, because those range were like far Aegis activates and it just hits. And then he activated close Aegis, and the EX Fire reflected, and it was a 4-hit combo.
What?
Yeah.
It all
combo. Aegis
was Dawson in the corner? And
no, this was mid-screen. It was Aegis hits, Fireball is meanwhile reflecting, Fireball, that's the end of the round. I'm serious. I'm serious. It was really good. So, anyway.
Damn, okay.
It was cool.
Alright, cool. Anything else you want to say about that, or just shall we move on to the next one here?
Please. What do we got?